Welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And yes, I'm sick. I don't think it's COVID, but I got a sore throat. I'm double vaccinated, so who knows. But when you're back at school and you're having to talk all day, I kind of felt my throat going the past few days, and I had to talk a lot today. And after a year and a half of only having to do like very minimal talking, it's just kind of worn down. Plus, it's very cold and rainy here for the past week, and I was out in that for a little while, so I think I just got a head cold. But we're gonna go get one of those tests anyway. Yeah, they jam something up your nose as far as I know, so that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. All right, so here we go. America is at war because the Japanese decided to get all uppity and go around and beat people up, and they sank some of our stuff, and so we're going to try to sink some of their stuff, and we'll see how that goes. So I'll be at full wartime production with my bonuses and everything, so that'll be pretty cool. All right, so my purchases are, I've got 2 tacticals and 2 fighters, and that's $42. And then I have a sub in my tech, which I purchased for this round, so that's $10, and I'm saving $1. The Chinese had 15 at the end of last round, and they're going to spend it on the requisite 5 infantry. All right, without any further ado, we are going to get into it here. I probably should have chipped that guy out, but here we go. We got a fighter, and we got a couple of artillery going in with those artillery. All right. You know, that's kind of silly. Why am I doing that? I'm going to send in all 3 artillery. And let's see here. Yeah. We'll just send in one guy. All right. There we go. Now, before we go any further, I'm just going to check something here. I forgot to check to see if the Chinese cavalry can be upgraded with the artillery. I'm thinking probably not. So I'll play that they can't, and if it turns out that they can and it looks like it'll make a difference in the rolls, I'll redo it. But there we go. This one here, we've got these 3 fighters are going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to attack these Japanese boats here. And we're also going to bring Mr. Bomber. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everybody has 2 left. They're going to be landing on Wake Island. All right. So that's all the shooting that we got going on. So let's just get right to it. Let's start with the Suyuyan battle. We've got 3 horses at 2. We've got 3 artillery at 2. Who are supporting, oh shoot, some of my dice are upstairs. I'm going to have to re-roll some stuff here. So 3 horses, 3 artillery, and 1 fighter, and I'm going to have to re-roll 1 blue die. Maybe. No, I don't. I killed everything. Okay, so that's it for that. Who cares if they make the cavalry go up. So he's got 3 items there. We have infantry, artillery, and a mech. Oh, a couple of hits. So we're going to kill a couple cavalry. Okay, so 2 cavalry are going away. All right. But then we wrest control of Suyuyan back from the evil Imperial Japanese. There we go. All right, so that's that one. Now we'll go over to here where we've got 3 at 3 and 2 at 2. Just for the first round, mind you. Gotta have 2 hits. Oh, that's some good rolling there. And we'll use the 2 that hit here, and we'll roll for him as well. His cruiser and his destroyer. Well, he got 1 hit. Okay. Well, this fighter looks like it's on its last wing here, so we're going to take him off the board. But the Japanese do lose a cruiser and a destroyer, which we're always happy to do. Happy to oblige. So, that's it for combat. So we're going to do our non-combat now. As I stated, these fellows are going to come back here. We'll do that. Over here, the Chinese fighter will come back to here. All right. And we might as well do the board here. So Chinese economy goes up by 1. The Japanese goes down by 1. And America's at 50, but now we can get our bonuses, which we will be demonstrating shortly. All right, non-combat moves continuing for America. Our entire fleet is going to come down to Wake Island. So we'll tell you what's all in the fleet once it all gets down. Oh, I think. Shoot, where was him? All right, I'll have to check there. I think my hand bumped somebody there. I think I just scooped him. So here we go. All right, and we've got 3 transports, and those 3 transports are going to have some fun. They're going to come down here. One is going to pick up the 2 guys in Hawaii, put them on Wake, and the other 2 transports are going to pick up 2 men, a mech, and an artillery, and bring them down to Wake. Meanwhile, the carrier is going to come down here. And the 2 fighters, they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to land on Wake Island as well. All right, so Japanese kicked the hornet's nest on that one, I'm here to tell you. All right, so that's where the American fleet is. And we'll go over the our disposition of forces shortly. All right, and here we have these 3 fighters are going to move into here for now. And I'm just going to check my phone and see if my allies got back to me. I gave them an option as to what to do here, but I don't think they're going to want me to do that. Sorry, just checking the phone. I got a thumbs up from Detroit. Awesome. Okay, so everything else is going to stay here. So we look at America. We have $50, and we'll just make sure we do the money right. So the Chinese have these 5 guys. They're going to go on with these 7 guys. So I have 12 men and a fighter in Shenxi, and we are down to collecting $6 now. Just $6 for the Chinese. They had their moment, but alas, a moment is all the Japanese could spare before they decided to, bring it. All right. So the Chinese have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in case you're wondering. All right. And America, we're going to put our forces on. We're putting 2 tacticals on in San Francisco. And, as well as a submarine. And then in the Atlantic side, we've got 2 fighters going on in the eastern United States. All right, so now I'm going to say something here that some of you might have been scratching your head saying, why in the world did you do that? So at the end of last round, I did this. I had my fighters in central U.S. And as I told my allies, I said, the reason I'm doing that is because I think it might goad the Axis into drawing the states into the war, because I got 3 fighters that are out of place. And they know that if they do an attack, these guys here are a turn away from getting into the war. But to me, it was a good choice because I really didn't have enough to go to war anyway. Plus, it'll give me extra money because I'm in the war. I can collect my bonuses now, and now I can have the Americans shooting at stuff for 7 rounds instead of just 5, as the typical game allows. Now, I have no idea if the chaplain saw that and said, yes, that's my opening, or if he didn't care. Maybe he was doing this anyway, and it seems like he was doing it anyway, because this is really well thought out, well planned out, and well executed battle setup that he had going here. He took a bunch of stuff in China. As you can see, he started assault down here. This is all pretty much wide open for him. So he's in a good spot. But I just wanted to. It'd be interesting to know. So chaplain, you can let me know if that made you go, oh, now's a good time to strike. Just curious. That's all. All right. So for America, China doesn't get its bonus of the Burma Road, of course, because Yunnan is well and truly swamped by the rising sun. But the Americans get these ones here. They get both of these because I placed 2 fighters on the east coast and 2 tacticals and a sub on the west. And then I get this 5 for having these islands. So we have 5. This is another 10, it's 15. Another 5 is 20 bonus. And that's added on to the 50. So that's going to be $70. And we carried 1 over. So I'm going to have $71 to spend with the Americans next turn. So that's 50, 60, and 70, and 1. There we go. So 71 for the Americans and 6 for China. All right, now we'll go over disposition of forces. So we got a loaded carrier with a fighter and a tactical. We got a battleship. We've got 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, 1 sub, and 3 transports. That's all in C Zone 31. We also have 4 fighters and 1 strategic bomber on Wake with an airbase. And we've got 4 men, 1 artillery, and 1 mech, as well as for ground forces. Okay? So that's what's there. And over here we have a sub and 2 tacticals. For the Chinese, we have those 12 infantry and a fighter. And up in Suyan, we have 3 artillery, we have 1 cavalry, and we have 1 infantry. And over here we have 5 fighters, we have 3 mechs, 1 tank, 1 artillery, 2 men, 2 AA guns, and a cruiser and a transport in C Zone 101. And I believe that is all you need to hear. There are also 2 AA guns in Western US, in case you're curious. All right, so that's everything from here at the Hilltop Pillbox. Pretty successful round, I think. We took back some territory. We killed some Japanese stuff. And we did lose some cavalry and a fighter. But, hey, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. But Japan definitely has enough stuff here to cause some severe grief. And it'll be interesting to see what they do with all this. All right. Hilltop Pillbox. Remember, hug your loved ones. Thank your friends for playing for you. Playing with you. Sometimes for you if you can't get there. And, as always, may the dice be with you.